The winter of 1908 bit deep into the plains of Oklahoma Territory. The cold was a constant ache. Nurse Bessie Blake, dedicated and weary, yearned for warmth and a fresh start far away. Her savings were meager, stretched thin by the relentless demands of rural healthcare. She dreamed of California, a land promised by sunlight and opportunity, worlds away from the freezing wind. Bessie finally secured a single ticket, a lifeline to her future, bound for the West. She was leaving behind everything familiar, risking it all on the hope of a better tomorrow. Meanwhile, traversing the same rugged territory was William Penn Adair Rogers. Will was not just any rancher. He hailed from wealthy Cherokee Nation landowners and cattlemen. He was already a known figure, a quick wit, a skilled roper, and an adventurous traveler. Will was returning home from a successful rodeo circuit, carrying both fame and fortune. He wasn't searching for love. His life was too full of motion, performance, and travel. But fate, as it often does, was setting the stage for an encounter he could never anticipate. The destination for both was the Chelsea, Oklahoma depot, a hub of activity and chaos. The morning air was sharp, filled with the smell of coal smoke and wet wool. Bessie waited nervously, clutching her single, worn carpet bag like a talisman. The train finally pulled in, shrieking its arrival, momentarily blocking the fierce wind. The platform was a confusing rush of passengers, boarding, disembarking, saying hurried goodbyes. Bessie, focused only on finding her coach, was nearly knocked off her feet. It was in that moment of vulnerability that the rich cowboy saw the freezing nurse. Will, effortlessly moving through the throng, approached with an amused, easygoing gait. He noticed her shivering uncontrollably despite the thick layers of clothing she wore. He tipped his hat, his famous grin immediately radiating genuine warmth. "Ma'am, you look like you're trying to catch a train to the North Pole," he drawled lightly. Bessie, initially guarded, couldn't help but be disarmed by his immediate charm. She explained her long journey west, her voice raspy from the cold air. Will, impressed by her quiet determination, found her spirit instantly appealing. He offered her a spot in his more comfortable, heated coach, citing an extra seat. She hesitated, aware of the class difference, but the promise of heat won out. The train lurched forward, beginning the long journey, trapping them together. For the next hour, they talked, covering everything from cattle to medicine. Bessie learned of his life on the range, his performances, and his deep connection to the Cherokee Nation. Will listened to her stories of sacrifice, sleepless nights, and the profound need for healing. He realized this woman possessed a strength greater than any he'd seen on the rodeo circuit. Their differences, the wealthy rancher and the struggling caregiver, faded rapidly. Their shared value of hard work and integrity created an instant, undeniable bond. Will was captivated by Bessie's composure and her quiet yet forceful intellect. He shifted his travel plans, finding excuses to continue the conversation into the evening. As the sun set over the plains, casting long shadows, the conversation turned personal. He admitted his life often felt rootless, traveling between performances and ranches. Bessie confessed her fear that her ambition might keep her eternally lonely. Will recognized that in Bessie he had found his anchor, his true home. He extended his hand, not for a handshake, but to make a commitment. He told her California could wait. He asked her to stay in Oklahoma with him. Bessie was overwhelmed. The spontaneity was terrifying, yet utterly intoxicating. She saw past the wealth and the cowboy reputation to the kind heart beneath. The freezing nurse made a decision that changed her trajectory forever. She agreed, trading the uncertain future in California for a life alongside the cowboy. Will and Bessie were married in 1908, just months after their chance encounter. Bessie became the bedrock upon which Will Rogers built his legendary career. She managed his finances, guided his social life, and stabilized his restless spirit. Will's fame exploded. He became America's beloved philosopher, humorist, and commentator. But his success never overshadowed the importance of his family life with Bessie. Their home in California became a haven, a testament to their enduring love. Bessie, the freezing nurse, found not just warmth, but profound purpose. They used their influence and wealth for immense humanitarian and philanthropic efforts. Bessie, devastated but resilient, committed herself to preserving his legacy. She ensured his humor, wisdom, and spirit lived on for generations to admire. The story of Will and Bessie Rogers is a remarkable tale of class bridging and destiny. Their chance meeting at that cold train depot created one of America's most indelible love stories.